Neville Goddard, Freedom for All, Chapter 4, The Secret of Feeling. The secret of feeling, or the calling of the invisible into visible states, is beautifully told in the story of Isaac blessing his second son Jacob in the belief based solely upon feeling. Oh, I love this story. I love it. I'm so enthusiastic about this because it's my favorite. The secret of feeling, or the calling of the invisible into visible states, is beautifully told in the story of Isaac blessing his second son Jacob in the belief based solely upon feeling that he was blessing his first son Esau. It is recorded that Isaac, who was old and blind, felt that he was about to leave this world and wishing to bless his first son Esau before he died, sent Esau hunting for savory venison with the promise that upon his return from the hunt, he would receive his father's blessing. Now Jacob, who desired the birthright or right to be born through the blessing of his father, overheard his blind father's request for venison and his promise to Esau. So as Esau went hunting for the venison, Jacob killed and dressed a kid of his father's flock, placing the skins upon his smooth body to give him the feel of his hairy and rough brother Esau. He brought the tastily prepared kid to his blind father Isaac, and Isaac, who depended solely upon his sense of feel, mistook his son Jacob for his first son Esau, and pronounced his blessing on Jacob. Esau, on his return from the hunt, learned that his smooth-skinned brother Jacob had supplanted him, so he appealed to his father for justice. But Isaac answered and said, "Thy brother came with subtlety and hath taken away thy blessing. I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants." Oh, it's going to get good. "I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants." Simple human decency should tell man that this story cannot be taken literally. There must be a message for man hidden somewhere in this treacherous and despicable act of Jacob. The hidden message, the formula of success buried in this story, was intuitively revealed to the writer in this manner. Isaac, the blind father, is your consciousness, your awareness of being. Your awareness of being is Isaac. All right. Right here, God, I am, all that is Isaac. Right there. Esau, the hairy son, is your present objectified world, the rough or sensibly felt, the present moment, the present environment, your present conception of yourself. In short, the world you know by reason of your objective senses, your objective world. This is you. Okay? This is many self-concepts of creation. This is you in your objective world. Okay? This is Esau. This is the hairy son, is your objective world. Jacob, the smooth-skinned lad, the second son, is your desire or subjective state, an idea not yet embodied. This is Jacob. Okay? Not yet embodied. A subjective state which is perceived and sensed but not objectively known or seen. A point in time and space removed from the present. In short, Jacob is your defined objective. Your defined objective here. Jacob is your defined objective. The smooth-skinned Jacob, or subjective state, seeking embodiment or the right of birth, when properly felt or blessed by his father, in parentheses, when consciously felt and fixed as real, becomes objectified, and in so doing, he supplants the rough, hairy Esau, or the former objectified state. Two things cannot occupy a given place at one time, at one and the same time. And so, as the invisible is made visible, the former visible state vanishes. The former visible state vanishes as the new state occupies. This one vanishes. This is where the desire exists. Your consciousness is the cause of your world. The conscious state in which you abide determines the kind of world in which you live. Very powerful sentence. The conscious state in which you abide determines the kind of world in which you live. If you abide here in your place of limitation, that dictates the world you're experiencing. Your present concept of yourself is now objectified as your environment. Whatever you impress upon your consciousness objectifies in your environment. And this state is symbolized as Esau, the hairy or sensibly felt, the first son. That which you would like to be or possess is symbolized as your second son, Jacob, the smooth-skinned lad who is not yet seen but is subjectively sensed and felt and will, if properly touched, supplant his brother Esau or your present world. Supplant his brother Esau or your present world. Jacob is the supplanter impressing consciousness with the objective desired. This will supplant Esau and become an experience. It's the impression into the consciousness that creates the new objective world. Always bear in mind the fact that Isaac, the father of these two sons or states, is blind. As a reminder, remember, he is no respecter of persons. God is no respecter of persons. So in this case, the story, Isaac is blind. Justice is blind. He does not see his smooth-skinned son Jacob. He only feels him. He only feels him. When the feeling's put here, that feeling will travel into Isaac, who will give the blessing. And through the sense of feeling, he actually believes Jacob, the subjective, to be Esau, the real, the objectified. You do not see your desire objectively, you simply sense it. Feel it, in parentheses. You simply sense it subjectively. You do not see your desire objectively. You don't see it in physical reality, in 3D space. You feel it subjectively. You do not grope in space after a desirable state. You don't feel around for the desirable state. Like Isaac, you sit still and send your first son hunting by removing your attention from your objective world. It's the same concept as fishing. You're sending Esau, the one who's physically focused, to go and hunt for the venison, the tasty thing at the other end of desire, the word desire within you. What is it I want? What do I want to experience? Esau is now hunting, but you have withdrawn physically. You have sent Esau hunting when you do this, when you go into your I am, when you're going fishing. Jacob, I know where he's going because I love the story so much, and I've heard it in so many lectures. I'm going to go ahead and keep going here. Like Isaac, you sit still and send your first son hunting by removing your attention from your objective world. Then, in the absence of your first son Esau, you invite the desirable state, your second son Jacob, to come close so that you may feel it. Come close, my son, that I may feel you. Esau's on the hunt, in here. Come close to that desirable state. Here comes the word, the desire. What is it I want? Do I want the pizza? Do I want to be happily married? Do I want that car? Do I want that house? What is it? Come close so that I may feel you. What does it feel? I want to feel you. What does that tasty pizza with those toppings feel like when I take a bite? What does it mean to be in love? What does it feel like to be loving, nurturing, caring? We know all men are loving, caring, nurturing, right? What does it feel like to be in that loving, caring state? Come closer, Jacob. What does it feel like? First, you are aware of it in your immediate environment. Then you draw it closer and closer and closer until you sense it and feel it in your immediate presence, so that it is real and natural to you. You just feel it. What does it feel like to have the parking spot? What does it feel like that the hot, steamy pizza is arriving on your doorstep? What does it feel like to be in love and be at the movies? Watching a movie, sharing space, sharing time. What does that feel like? Come closer so that I may feel you. If two of you shall agree on earth as touching on any point that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. If two of you shall agree on earth as touching on any point that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. Heaven's right here. The two agree through the sense of feel, and the agreement is established on earth, is objectified, is made real. The two agreeing. The agreement's here. Then it's objectified on earth. The two agreeing are Isaac and Jacob. Isaac the father and Jacob the feeling. You and that which you desire, and the agreement is made solely on the sense of feeling. Esau symbolizes your present objectified world. Whether it be pleasant or otherwise, Jacob symbolizes any and every desire of your heart. Isaac, Esau, your present objectified world, but it's true. There's Esau in his limited self, and then the two that make the agreement for the new objective world is Isaac and Jacob. Jacob is the word, the desire for Esau to be in the new reality. It's Isaac and Jacob that make the new. Jacob symbolizes any and every desire of your heart. Isaac symbolizes your true self with your eyes closed to the present world. In the act of sensing and feeling yourself to be or to possess that which you desire to be or to possess. The secret of Isaac, this sensing feeling state, is simply the act of mentally separating the sensibly felt, your present physical state, from the insensibly felt, that which you would like to be. With the objective senses tightly shut, Isaac made, and you can make the insensibly felt, the subjective state, seem real or sensibly known, for faith is knowledge. Knowing the law of self-expression, the law by which the invisible is made visible, is not enough. Just knowing the law is not enough. It must be applied, and this is the method of application. Neville's using the word must, all right? First, send your first son Esau, your present objectified world or problem hunting. This is accomplished simply by closing your eyes and taking your attention away from the objective limitations, all right? As your senses are removed from your objective world, it vanishes from your consciousness or goes hunting. Second, with your eyes still closed and your attention removed from the world round about you, you consciously fix the natural time and place for the realization of your desire. With your objective senses close to your present environment, you can sense and feel the reality of any point in time or space, for both are psychological and can be created at will. It is vitally important that the natural time-space condition of Jacob, that is the natural time and place for the realization of your desire, be first fixed in your consciousness. If Sunday is the day on which the thing desired is to be realized, then Sunday must be fixed in consciousness now. Simply begin to feel that it is Sunday until the quietness and naturalness of Sunday is consciously established. You have definite associations with the days, weeks, months, seasons of the year. You have said time and time again, today feels like Sunday, or Monday, or Saturday, or this feels like spring, or summer, or fall, or winter. This should convince you that you have definite conscious impressions that you associate with the days, weeks, and seasons of the year. Then because of these associations, you can select any desirable time, and by recalling the conscious impression associated with such time, you can make a subjective reality of that time now. Do the same with space. If the room in which you are seated is not the room in which the thing desired would be naturally placed or realized, feel yourself to be seated in the room or place where it would be natural. Consciously fix this time-space impression before you start the act of sensing and feeling the nearness, the reality, and the possession of the thing desired. It matters not whether the place desired to be 10,000 miles away or only next door. You must fix in consciousness the fact that right where you are seated is the desired place. You do not make a mental journey, you collapse space. Sit quietly where you are and make there-ness here-ness. Sit quietly where you are and make there-ness here-ness. Close your eyes and feel that the very place where you are is the place desired. Feel and sense the reality of it until you are consciously impressed with this fact. For your knowledge of this fact is based solely on your subjective sensing. Third, in the absence of Esau, the problem, and with the natural time-space established, you invite Jacob, which is the solution, to come and fill this space, to come and supplant his brother. In your imagination, see the thing desired. If you cannot visualize it, sense the general outline of it. Contemplate it. The general outline. Contemplate it. Then mentally draw it close to you. Just bring it closer. Come close, my son, that I may feel you. Feel the nearness of it. Feel it to be in your immediate presence. Excuse me. Feel the reality and solidity of it. Feel it and see it naturally placed in the room in which you are seated. Feel the thrill of actual accomplishment and the joy of possession. Now, open your eyes. This brings you back to the objective world, the rough or sensibly felt world. Your hairy son Esau has returned from the hunt, and by his very presence tells you that you have been betrayed by your smooth-skinned son Jacob, the subjective psychologically felt. But like Isaac, whose confidence was based upon the knowledge of this changeless law, you too will say, I have made him the Lord, thy Lord, and all of his brethren have I given to him for servants. That is, even though your problem appears fixed and real, you have felt the subjective psychological state to be real to the point of receiving the thrill of that reality. You have experienced the secret of creation, for you have felt the reality of the subjective. You have fixed a definite psychological state in which, in spite of all opposition or precedent, will objectify itself, thereby fulfilling the name of Jacob the supplanter. You come back from the hunt, you open your eyes, you still see the same hairy reality, but you gave your blessing to the thing you desired. You gave that conscious impression. You gave consciousness impression of the thing you desired by feeling it real. When you opened your eyes and you saw yourself in the current objective state, even though your desire is where you combined with Jacob, you saw the reality of this. But when you opened your eyes, you saw the reality of the current hairy reality with its limitations. But you supplanted Esau by making the impression in consciousness. With the help of Isaac, it will become. But Isaac and Jacob, Isaac, through the impression received from Jacob on consciousness, gives thy blessing. Esau is not happy with the blessing being given to Jacob, but there goes the blessing. Here are a few practical examples of this drama. First, the blessing or making a thing real. Sit in your living room and name a piece of furniture, rug, or lamp that you would like to have in this particular room. Look at that area of the room where you would place it if you had it. Close your eyes and let all that now occupies the area of the room vanish. Close your eyes. You're in the room. That item you want to have in the room, let anything in the room now that is there, let it vanish after you close your eyes. Close your eyes and let all that now occupies that area of the room vanish. In your imagination, see this area as empty space. There is absolutely nothing there. Now, begin to fill this space with the desired piece of furniture. Sense and feel that you have it in this very area. Imagine you are seeing that which you desired to see. Continue in this consciousness until you feel the thrill of possession. Okay, you feel it. The sense wells inside of you. It swells, it wells up. It comes into being in your imagination. That piece of furniture becomes there in your imagination. Second, the blessing or making of a place real. You are now seated in your apartment in New York City, contemplating the joy that would be yours if you were on an ocean liner sailing across the great Atlantic. I go to prepare a place for you. If I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, you may be also. What a wonderful, wonderful quote, considering what we're talking about, because that is what you're doing when you go on the hunt. Your eyes are closed. You have consciously released the New York apartment and its place, and in its place you sense and feel that you are now on an ocean liner. You are seated in a deck chair. There's nothing around you but the vast Atlantic. Fix the reality of this ship and ocean so that in this state you can mentally recall the day when you were seated in your New York apartment, dreaming of this day at sea. Recall the mental picture of yourself seated there in New York, dreaming of this day. You're mentally on the ocean liner, but on the ocean liner, you're recalling when you were in your apartment, imagining this moment. But in that imagining, you're presently on the ocean liner. In your imagination, see the memory picture of yourself back in your New York City apartment. If you succeed in looking back on your New York apartment without consciously returning there, then you have successfully prepared the reality of this voyage. You've prepared it. Remain in this conscious state, feeling the reality of the ship and the ocean. Feel the joy of this accomplishment, then open your eyes. You have gone and prepared the place. You have fixed a definite psychological state where you are in consciousness. There you shall be in body also. Oh, I love that quote. I must repeat it. I go to prepare a place for you, and in this, I've got a little bit more to go, but I just love this so much I'm going to state it now. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. What a wonderful quote. Third, the blessing or making real of a point in time. You consciously let go of this day, month, or year, as the case may be, and you imagine that it is now that day, month, or year which you desire to experience. You sense and feel the reality of the desired time by impressing upon yourself the fact that it is now accomplished. As you sense the naturalness of this time, you begin to feel the thrill of having fully realized that which before you started this psychological journey in time, you desired to experience at this time. With the knowledge of your power to bless, with the knowledge of your power to bless, you can open the doors of any prison. The prison of illness or poverty or of humdrum existence. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What a great chapter. Oh my gosh, the secret of feeling. I think if you get this far and you go and apply, just from this one book, by the way, if you go and apply this one chapter, You have the secret of creation in your clutches. Anything you want is yours. In my Father's house are many mansions. Anything you want is yours. Literally. It doesn't matter what it is. There is no limitation. The secret of feeling right here is the ultimate understanding. And he's given us Noah. He's given us now Isaac with his sons Esau and Jacob. I mean, how many different ways do we need to hear the story? Apparently many, because we're going to have a bunch more, but you really can get a long distance here with this one lesson. It is the feeling of it real. The feeling here in this subjective situation where you impress your consciousness with feeling it real. Your Father gives the blessing, now the objectified reality. The bridge of incidents occur. You have the meeting. Let's say you're not in a relationship, but you want to be in a relationship. The bridge of incidents occurs by his blessing. All that is, God, I am, Noah, Isaac. The blessing is given. He that hath, it is given. Bridge of incidents occurs. Now the happy marriage relationship. All men are loving, caring, nurturing. All man is loving, caring, nurturing. With forgiveness. What a wonderful chapter. My gosh, I didn't know it was going to be that power-packed. Let me know what your favorite part was, or if you got something out of that. Again, if you take this one chapter away and apply it, all the secrets of creation are right here in this one chapter. All right, we'll see you in the next chapter.